From the other side of the wall, a little old woman in a green and brown camouflage outfit was rising straight in the air. The silver box on her back must have had an exhaust nozzle somewhere to the rear where the group couldn't see. Beneath her, the air churned and eddied.
What the hell is this old lady?
The old woman showed her teeth as she grabbed a lever projected out in front of her from the box.
Is she coming at us?
Though Pick drew his firearm, the old woman still grinned as she started to climb, swiftly reaching an altitude of over 100 yards, where she looked down at the people on the ground as if she were a glaring god.
What the?
A tinge of turbulence shook her deeply wrinkled face. The hand grasping the lever moved feverishly.
What's the problem with Grandma? Can't she get back down?
D raised his left hand.
Push the left lever forward. Then a quick shove to the right. Make it snappy.
It was a few seconds later that the old woman began a slow descent. Until she vanished behind the pile of corpses, her face was etched with a glum expression. To the rear of the mountain of corpses, a fairly wide path had been left, possibly as a means of escape. As for why it was so wide, in the center of a 30-foot clearing was parked a metallic wagon. It wasn't horse-drawn. There was a cylinder as long as 2 horses hitched end to end that had wheels attached to it, while the top, what would have been the horses' backs, had white vapor rising from it. The holes in its top were arranged in 2 rows of 6 each, which discharged surplus steam generated within the cylinder. This was something many a frontier farmer coveted, a steam-driven wagon. As the vehicle to the rear was a covered wagon, they couldn't see inside, but from the size of it, it seemed it could haul quite a bit of cargo and still have room to bed down inside it. Having set down the jetpack she'd had on her back, the old woman flexed her shoulders and looked up at the 4 riders.
Welcome.
She held the hem of her long, flowery skirt as she curtsied.
Why the big show and dance?
That's how she greets customers.
Customers?
That's right. And a good one at that. Isn't that right, Dee?
As she looked at him, her face, covered with wrinkles and age spots, melted with rapture.
And what business have you today? Why call Granny Gerheit all the way out to this dangerous place? If you're looking for something cheap, you'll feel my wrath.
At her feet fell a single glittering disc.
Aha! Generous as always, I see.
Raising one hand on the small of her back, Granny Gerheit made a great production of picking up the gold coin. After a glance at it, she grinned.
$1,000 aristocrat coin. What were you planning on doing? Starting a war or something?
First, I'd like you to implant a tracking chip in the girl.
Shouldn't be a problem.
The rest we'll discuss in private.
D got off his horse. He must have had plans he wasn't going to share with the rest of his traveling companions.
Damn, that's cold of him.
Hiru clapped Pick on the shoulder.
We should dismount too. My ass is killing me.
As soon as he was down off the horse, Pick headed toward the old woman by the covered wagon with D.
Say, Granny, did you take down all these monsters?
Must have been pretty hungry, huh? Came at me from all sides just to eat an old woman who's nothing but skin and bones. Only they bit off more than they could chew.
Oh, how'd you swing it?
The old woman pointed down by the boy's feet. A weapon that looked to be an old-fashioned firearm had been unceremoniously dumped there. A tin box sat to its right, and a belt of ammunition was feeding into the top of the weapon. Pick's eyes went wide at the unusually large barrel of the gun.
The safety's on. Have a look at it if you'd like.
The old woman ducked behind the covered wagon.
An odd little group you've got there.
Hired on as a bodyguard.
Plainly knitting her brow, the old woman looked at D.
Still got that thing stuck on you. Just go ahead and lop it off and throw it in the volcano up on Mount Rig, why don't you?
One of these days.
Throwing the cover back, the old woman invited the hunter to clamber into the wagon.